Alright, this is your little quadcopter, mate. CNC 258 V3 center plates. This is a brand new RX802, and I'm not running fixed ID in it now, so it's going to bind with your Devil radio, but I do recommend that you set up fixed ID, especially if, the reason for this is with quadcopters, with the KK2, when you want to calibrate the ESCs, you need the throttle input, and you need it to be active right away, essentially, because when you turn on your radio, you put the throttle on 100%, and you connect the battery. You push these two buttons over here, hold them down, wait for a beep. Once you hear a beep, then you lower the throttle down on your radio, then you'll hear confirmation beeps, and then basically your ESCs are calibrated. The problem with not running a fixed ID on there, though, is that the delay in binding is going to interfere with the calibration process. Essentially, it's taking too long for the KK2 to get input, a throttle input, and so it might not work. I haven't actually tried, but essentially, if you run a fixed ID, as soon as you connect if your radio is turned on, as soon as you connect your battery, it binds automatically. It means the KK2 is getting input from the throttle on your radio immediately, so you can calibrate this right. Alright, the KK2 board is fully programmed on this now. I recommend not messing with that, especially not PI settings. It would probably make it fly worse. It's tuned perfectly. The low voltage alarm is connected, and what I do is I don't solder a wire to the board like many guys do. What I do instead is I solder a pin. Here's the wire right here. That's this little red wire there. That's for your low voltage alarm, and also for your voltage to display on the screen, right? You see there, it's showing 12.4 volt. So you need to connect basically the battery directly to the board to do this, and I don't solder that on there. I solder a pin, and then I install the proper connector and a wire and run that onto the distribution board to power that up. But the idea is that you can unplug it, plug it back at will if you need to remove the KK2 board or do any kind of maintenance. So if you need to remove your KK2 board from this, you won't need to do any soldering. It's all done up with proper connectors. As far as the receiver is concerned, I use this stuff here. It's just 3M molding tape to stick that on there, and this stuff is quite strong, right? I don't think you'll have any problem with this, but I will include a small strip of this stuff in this kit just in case you need to reattach the board, the receiver there, just in case it was to not travel well and get knocked off of there during shipping. But again, I doubt it. It's on there pretty strong. And then the connectors for the receiver, I don't use I guess conventional connectors. I make them myself. See, this is very short, basically female to female connector, and this is I only use one like this, and that's the one that's got positive negative on there to power the RX, and all the other channels I use single wires like this, where I make myself with the proper connectors on the end, each trunk, and basically it makes for a very clean build because you end up having not many wires there between the RX and the KK2. So that's how I hook that up for you. A bit more to say about this. The motors are 282 to 1800 kVs. I find they're probably the best motors to run on this quad. You know, I've built those are 39 gram motors. I built this before, a couple different models using the 2826s. It may be a little bit faster, yes, but the flight time is quite short, and on recovery and whatnot, you tend to have a bit of oscillation because the frame's too small, and 50 gram motors on this is a bit too heavy. With the 39 gram motors, on the other hand, you get much longer flight time, and it's a lot more stable. So especially if you wanted to put a camera on top here or something, you're going to appreciate these motors a lot more. You like the flight time a lot more, and of course the performance is still outstanding. Right, so you're not going to have any complaints with those motors, I can guarantee you that. These are 7-inch props, 7045, and as you can see, they're really close to each other here. Right, so you can't run 8-inch props on this. You can run 6-inch props if you wanted to get long flight time for flying inside, indoor. You can fly it outdoor with 6-inch props as well, but you're going to get much better lift and performance with the 7-inch for flying outdoor. That's your KK2 buzzer here. This is going to beep for different things. For example, when you arm, it's going to beep. And it's also going to start beeping under load at 10.5 volts using 3S batteries. And I recommend using 2000 or 2200 mAh battery with no less than 40C for this if you want to get decent flight time. Flip that over. Those are F20 Simon K ESCs, and I re-shrink them and then reapply the stickers on there so they look like they haven't been flashed, but when you connect the battery you'll hear the Simon K beep, and so you'll know that they're flashed. Plus the way it flies, it's quite, it flies very well. So that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a flight demo now, and I can't remember, I'd have to look. Let me just have a quick look here actually. My computer, what is that? Yeah, I believe you haven't paid me for this yet. Yeah, you have not paid me for this yet, unless I forgot to add the paid notice there, but yeah, I don't think you paid me for this yet. So I'll be sending you this video with a short demo, and it's dark outside now. It's 6:30, so I can't show you an outdoor flight, but you'll get a good idea of this indoor, and I'll send that to you along with my PayPal information. And then if you send me payment, I will have that in the mail for you probably on Tuesday this week, Wednesday at the latest, but I'm shooting for Tuesday. So let's have a look how this flies for us. I'm not going to go crazy indoor here. I don't want to damage it, crash it. It's brand new. It's not mine. Motors, ESCs, KK2, propellers, they're all new parts. So it's going to be very stable for you. I've got the stick scaling set to 115 now. I will lower that to 85 as per your request. Just a pretty sick little quad if you ask me. I think probably the best quad in the world for that size category. No doubt there. And that's that. That's your flight video. That's your demo. Alright, I hope you have fun with it, and hope you like it, and I'll wait to hear from you. I would appreciate prompt payment, please. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.